It's, yeah, that's my sister-in-law. Hold your head up. Whoa, hold your head up. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. So we're live. Daniel, hey Daniel, how you doing, brother? Hope you're doing all right. I'm going to put together a couple miniatures and maybe paint them, or paint them and maybe put them together. I don't know. I think Mr. Fisk is pretty much done. He just needs his seal coat, you know. But he's done. Manhattan is done. Ronan the Betrayer is done. Now the Monarch is not done, and Dr. Girlfriend is not done. They're mostly done, but they need work done a little bit. You know what I mean? Just neatened up and everything. But so that's kind of what's going on. And then I've got a carrier that I got in, and it's just about a little bit, maybe the same exact size as the UPF battleship. It's kind of crazy too. It's got all these launch bays along the side and one in the front too, and bag of fighters, bag of fighters, and another thing I got, which is a doesn't matter kind of thing, but I just really wanted to get Fireforge Miniatures. They do a lot of characters from history. So I've got the horse on the base here, and I've got the gentleman standing on his base here. But you guys can't see, but this is King Baldwin of Jerusalem, and the miniature is beautiful. It's got the chainmail coif and the silver mask, and he's wearing his robes, and he's got the big cross of Jerusalem on his chest. Uh, he will be actually pretty easy to paint because he's only wearing like chainmail. I mean, he's wearing a chainmail suit head to toe, a silver mask, and then like blue. The hardest part might be that cross of Jerusalem, but we'll figure that out, right? We'll burn that bridge when we get to it, as they say. Now, I didn't do anything about it. Yes, well, not yesterday. I wasn't on yesterday. I don't believe. If I was, then excuse me for not remembering. But I these are all superheroes that this guy that I bought them from individually wraps and sends to me, right? And he sent looks like a bunch of bases too. So now the players, I had to put the rules down. My players at my table, they want to play Marvel, which is whatever. Personally, since I admit I know nothing about Marvel or anything like that, I never collected the comic books. I mean, honestly, my opinion of Marvel comic book readers when I was young was not flattering. It was mostly what a nerd. And I say that as a guy that was, playing D&D. But at least I could still look over at the comic book nerds and be like, oh my God, freaking nerds. You'll never get women or something like that. And now look at me. I've combined both. nerd hobbies, because I'm still doing the role playing. I am still doing the painting of miniatures, constructing and painting miniatures, and I've combined the whole damn thing with um, comic books, which I still haven't read any. So if anybody like Bear the other day was talking about comics, and I was like, but I thought it was this, and Bear was like, dude, you don't even read comics, and I was like, that's true. So I probably shouldn't argue too hard about it, because the fact of the matter is I don't read comics. And so I really don't know very much about any comic book related anything. And that is just how it is. Well, these things I've opened so far have all been things to put on bases. In my little garbage can down here, which means, a box. Yeah. Do. All right, I got myself a beer. Oh, we could do this too. Let me look at. Now we got to cut it down though, in order to make this work. Share screen, yes. Let's share screen. I don't think I've ever done this before. I hope you'll be cool with it. Okay.
Does it say a number / a number?
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the number to the right?
Oh, that one's 20.
Okay, that's why I did that, Chris.
All right.
So isn't she going after haste though?
It's all the same because she goes off on
Right. Pern Dust Blazer, Chance.
Sorry.
Chance. I wonder if Chance is the cigar DM. I haven't seen him in forever.
I mean,
Anyways, how much damage, I guess?
Team Steen. Brimstone
planet
from another
regular
planet.
and 10 unholy.
Her character looks cute, like a little elf or something.
Okay.
So yeah, this is my boy Bruce.
What are you doing now?
Smack.
My Texan buddy.
Are they evil?
He runs
Yes.
games.
They don't kind of know, right?
Yeah, kind of weird. Make a knowledge religion check when you get closely approach this guy.
He runs games on Saturday that last like all Saturday. Where's see me?
23.
I'm getting ready to
These
do
guys seem to
something.
be some sort of like crusaders for Nurgle.
Nurgle.
The fuck?
So anti-paladins?
Change this.
No. Crusaders.
Why Hinstiff fan?
Go ahead and make your attack on
No,
him.
let's see.
What was it?
Yeah.
Why Hinston Fanner?
It is gonna be.
Premium Bavaricum.
That is 30.
The world's oldest brewery. Let's see if I can open it. Is it a twist off or do you got to have an
All right.
opener?
Haha.
Oh no,
Okay.
definitely not.
After that chance, what are you doing?
But
It's a chance.
Yep. Where is Chance?
there is chance.
That's a good question.
Anyway, so
Next question following that is where's
we'll
James?
watch a little bit of this.
In front.
I'm sure he would.
Chance would not be in front.
I mean, you'd be right here next to this dickhead.
Neither would Jeeves. Neither one of them would be these. We are not close.
Man,
We're not the heroes.
I used to have
I
cigarette
don't know if you understand this. You fuck with
tab
this
with
around.
cigarette lighter.
That's fine. Fuck's sake. All right. Here I am stuck in the middle with you.
Stuck in
Jeeves
the
is
middle.
going
Yeah,
to
that's what I'm
cast.
Little Stillers will. I don't know what.
Would that
I got
help
the
me at all?
feeling that something ain't right. Up off the floor. I don't know take anymore.
Well, Chris, I got a question for you.
Possible answer.
Clowns to left me, jokers to the right. Here I am stuck in the middle.
Would greater heroism help Chance in this situation with him being stunned?
Not until you're unstunned.
So yeah,
Okay.
what game are they playing? I wonder.
All right. This is what I am
Bruce
going
kind of has his own
to
game that he plays, but sometimes he
do.
plays.
Chance is going to cast Great Balls of Fire.
Right.
Jesus Christ. Chance is going to cast Gravity Bow, and Jeeves is going to cast Lightning Arc on the two next to the dip can.
Lightning bolt, fireball, or something. Gravity something. Vault. Okay. Both of those sound like they would be painful.
Also, you guys don't want to die to these things. I might say that.
Well, obviously, you don't want to die to anything, Bruce. Come on. Like, you've never heard anybody run in a game tell the players. Also,
Anybody with
you would
planar
love to die
with
to
knowledge
these
flames
things, right?
that has more than
See?
15 ranks, I'm going to tell you that whenever they kill
Because
something,
I
it's
was
unmade.
ex-military,
All the
ex-firefighter.
events that it transpired over
I can
time,
get into any
they unravel. So no wish, no
and
no
I told
resurrection,
me
no raised dead, no
copy
miracle.
bouquet,
Got to go ask for a deed.
and here I've got
You
a
get directly involved.
yes.
Okay.
Oh man, this stuff kind of thick, man. It's acting like
So yeah, Jeeves is going to hit the two next to the silver can. Yeah, those two with Lightning Arc.
if you're wondering where I got this authentic beer, it's because look at that.
0.5
Barely
for
any
half.
of a head on it. It's because we went up to
Do they have an SR?
Do they have an SR?
Stanford today,
Nope.
and we
They
ate
do
at
not.
Huckleberries or Huckle somethings, which is a
Wait,
German
there's a
restaurant up
without
there.
SRs? Holy shit.
Because
These
it's
are
my
not
bro's
mind
birthday.
players. They are different.
And
Okay.
while we were there,
The
we
final
stopped into
ceremony.
the deli. They've got an authentic
What's
German
Dan?
deli.
Sorry, I saw the miniature. Like, that's a fucking
German
mind flare.
food.
Okay, so 16 points per caster level. Caster level is
So
15, so that is 15d6.
come on, guy. Come on, guy. Come on, guy. What you doing? So we stopped in there, and my wife was like,
24.
I don't know, feeling pretty generous and loving because I've been so
And
good
23.
lately. Maybe I doubt it, but
Then
she's like, hey,
14.
now, grab whatever you want. So I grabbed
So that's 15,
some
yeah,
beer,
that's 15 points. So
some Braunschlager. We got some Ginseng cake.
47.
I mean, of course, I might have been the embarrassment
Man, I
of
can't
the
do math.
party because it was a party. But
Come on, jackass.
we went up there to meet people. And, I don't like that. I like this over here.
61 points of damage. Do I need to?
Six.
Did any of them make their saves?
Yeah, it looked like they made their saves, and even more worrisome, you don't even see any lightning damage on them, or even their clothing.
Immune to lightning damage. Not uncommon.
Well,
But anyway, yeah, we went to the
kumquat.
restaurant.
Nah.
All right, that's me.
Well, it's not Yingling, but it's pretty damn good. So
So that's going to be a frightful aspect.
I did the most American of all things.
Do you gain size for that or no?
And ordered a big bowl of goulash.
I do not gain size, but I'm treated as larger.
My wife
Okay, well, you're already
me about
large,
that. She's
so-
like, we drive
Yes.
all the way up to the German
It just
restaurant.
increases,
Literally
like,
everyone
physical
at the
stuff.
table orders some kind of schnitzel. And my
Hamish
husband orders
starts blinking, and
big
Tate's
bowl
screen's
of
still out.
goulash. I was like, I can't help
But any
it,
of them
man.
within
It's
30
like,
foot of
no matter what restaurant we're in, I'm slobbing out.
Hamish,
I'm
or
saying,
30
it's
foot
like-
of Steen
Just the way it is.
become shaken.
So
There's a saving throw for that?
Nope.
what's funny is when this channel shows up on Twitch, it shows
Okay, I
up
mean, that would normally, I could see it appealing to like humanoid.
and
or
politics
humans.
is one
Not
of my
every-
least favorite things to talk about.
Are they immune to fear?
But Twitch sucks anyway.
Scarily enough, they are immune to enchantment magic,
Immune to magic. Oh my god. That is,
enchantment school. So
that
fear,
is
yeah.
an issue
All
right
right.
there. That is an issue that needs to be dealt with.
They don't need it this hard. We just
The
say,
only
"Can-
reason why they don't have like that is because I think because they're fucking aberrations. They still take normal damage. and shit,
Aberration.
but, like,
You know,
if you can't beat their resistance, then they
Creatures
might as well be
from-
immune.
Yeah.
dimension
All right, that's me.
unknown.
Okay.
My brother has been letting
That
borrow his
is annoying, but it tracks."
so at least
Miss Janet,
wait.
what is
Put
Luna
weight on
doing?
the bottom of this ship? It's
Well,
unwieldy. I could have put it
I
on.
think I'm going
If
to.
it keeps acting up, I will.
Um,
All
well,
right.
who isn't stunned?
Who isn't stunned?
Isn't. That would be
Yeah.
Steen on my end.
Okay.
Steen just got bigger and furry and more scary.
Okay. Well,
He looks like a Michigan dog man.
I'm asking the people that aren't stunned. Would you guys like me to cast Blessing of Fervor?
And that'll affect everyone. But yeah.
They call it the mission.
Okay. Well, I'm going
There's
to.
reports.
That's what I'm going to do right now.
Kentucky all the time.
I'm going to cast that because we need it. A little
Hey,
extra.
this another base.
And I don't think we've had it in a while, so
character.
I'm casting it now. So everybody click it on your.
So
your
anyway, the plan is what I told people, and of course I'll probably have to fight.
and Sasha is stunned
What I
for
told
8
them
rounds, so
was
she can't do anything.
to come up with a superhero name for a team.
So
You know what I
just-
mean? Like a super
8 rounds,
name.
and I can't take it action.
And then
Can you drop your bow?
either
and I drop
create a
both.
character,
I can't.
or,
I can't even cast
or-
spells.
We can't do anything. We're stuck. We're just
or
stuck.
if you
All right, then yeah, he doesn't cast gravity.
if
But I
you must
misread it the first time around.
Okay. Corbin,
nice.
after you dispatch the big bad
you
thing that was
must.
standing next to you,
Just
shadowy
copy
form coalesce
one
and
of the
kind of like
characters
moves to
from
the
the
left a
book,
little bit.
but
What is
But,
your base attack bonus plus wisdom?
know that you still have to write
BAB plus wisdom?
to
Yep.
16.
All right.
like background and everything like that. You know what I mean?
Does
So-
this, like movement to the left?
At first, I was
you feel a very painful
going to go
6
willy
stacks.
nilly and be like, anybody can play anything.
What's your flat
Uh,
foot? What's your flat foot?
but the more I thought about it, I was
28.
no, you have to play an original character. Your superhero has to be your creation. And hey, RPG Dad, how you doing, homie? So if your superhero is your creation, then you know.
Second attack.
And then
is
some people
critical.
were debating it, and I was like,
Is
look,
critical.
if you want to copy another superhero's powers because you just really like that other superhero's powers, you can do it. But You have to come up with your own name, your own alias, your own background, why you got the powers, etc. Therefore, if you want to play Deadpool, you can have all of Deadpool's abilities, which honestly aren't very many. He's just really good at fighting, and he's really hard to kill. That's basically it. Then the your choice is pretty much come up with a whole new background, and then we'll copy Deadpool's powers down on your character sheet, and you can have his powers. So one guy's already said he wants Logan's powers, right? Snickety, 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 snick. And that'll be easy because Logan, again, he doesn't have a lot of powers, right? He doesn't have a lot of powers, except for the fact that he regenerates. That's basically it, really. You know, it's not like, you know, he's just dripping with superpowers. It's like he regenerates and he can.
Barn, his first attack cuts
He's
in
really good at fighting.
and does
That's pretty much Logan's whole thing.
11 damage.
Regeneration
And then
and good at
it
fighting.
does, hold on,
So
Jazzy's got you flat-footed.
So I made a character for the comedian. I may have already told you guys this, but using the Marvel system. And he was pretty good. Tier 3.
An extra 32
All
points of
human
precision damage.
attributes,
Okey-dokey.
but he did have
Do you have
31
any sort of armor that
and
negates
sturdy
sneak
one
attack damage
as
or not?
like generic
No.
superhero powers.
So it's just that's just Eloise.
Because the
All right.
comedian is definitely
His second
stronger than a. I mean, the comedian's stronger than
Does-
like any human you ever met. I mean, he punched a hole through a wall and then a marble freaking countertop, right?
Oh, and
Most
you'll take
people-
9 points
the comedian
of
is very
AC
strong.
damage. Of,
But
feeble.
other than the fact that he had
He drops by 9.
Mighty One and Sturdy
He,
One, and that
pierces
just
your kidney.
is, pretty strong, right?
And
All
for
of
the
his
next
abilities were like
8 rounds, you are sickened.
firearms abilities or
Okay.
hand-to-hand combat abilities,
So
knife
8
fighting
on the AC.
abilities. So really, he was
Not
a guy
9
with a lot
on
of
the AC.
combat skills,
Nice.
but not actually
1 for every
very
precision point,
super.
precision die damage he has.
I mean, but if you're talking the Watchmen, which I always talk the Watchmen for some reason, even though the creator of the Watchmen hates me because he hates all adult people who like comic books or something. But who cares? He thinks he's a wizard.
He'll take 30 damage,
Whatever.
precision damage as well.
30 or 38?
30.
The only superheroes in the Watchmen, as far as it comes to having power, actual superpowers, is of course,
That was
Dr.
the second
Manhattan.
attack. The third attack is
near godlike ability.
8 damage.
This guy can see past and present, future, do all kinds of crazy shit, right? And the one a lot of people don't think about, Ozymandias. I mean, he was already a super genius, maybe even the smartest man on
31
They said-
precision.
And then he used
Okey-dokey.
his abilities to
And the fourth
make
attack,
him
which
genetically
is the second critical.
stronger and faster than any human should be. And if you watch the movie, which I guess a lot of people might hate the movie, I like the movie, and I own those comic books. Actually, my brother bought them, but I have them here.
He cuts into your right hand, leaving you with 1 less index finger.
In the very beginning of the movie, he beats the comedian's
Take 20
ass,
constitution,
and the comedian's a
strength,
big guy, and he just slaps him around, throws him around. Right?
28.
But then later in the movie, Rorschach
28
and
damage
Hideout both jumping from surprise,
total
beats their asses like
from the
it's
critical hit.
right?
You said
Catching the
28?
bullet.
28.
I mean, that guy for real was above.
You can save for 28 and not have the strength and con drain.
But yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm saying to the players,
Okay.
you can
I did
have
not
whatever superpowers you want,
Okay.
but you have to make a unique person
Point of strength and
that
con
has
bleed.
these superpowers. So
Not good.
We're going to regrow his index finger.
oh man,
What do you do with the old finger? Well, we cloned it.
So
Now,
the other thing
25
too was
precision damage on the fourth attack.
I mean,
After he
I
does
hate
that,
to be done with
I'm
the
dead.
Dune game because I really liked running
He
the Dune role playing
does a
game
5-foot
because
shift
I
like what Rev
love
used to, but he actually disappears.
and
Does he have?
heroes
Was
that,
that
that have
Faint
been
that
around
he
a
did?
little while,
Yeah,
Then he
it's
can't-
you know,
Yeah, he has greater
James
feint,
is
too.
a Dune.
Oh, he's got greater.
No, that's just how it is. DM James.
can you roll out of this
likes
stun, or
it,
you just fucked?
But
What?
Nothing. I've been unmade. I'm
But,
fully dead and gone.
and of
At
course
least
it's
it
the
wasn't a time
ladies,
player that killed him.
the ladies at the table.
No, can you? The question I has is, can you
Have
roll
never
out
really
of this
watched
stun, or you
a
just
Dune
I'm just
movie.
fucked for 8
Fuck
Let
for
rounds?
8
alone
rounds,
read a
or
Dune
you can have
book.
somebody cast a heal on
So
you,
they're having a real
or
problem
some other
with
remedy type spell.
figuring out what anything is, and then
What
I'm
about
like,
a
well, I
potion?
tell them, but then
Remove paralysis.
You can't drink it.
you can't.
On your
Wait,
You
I
can't
just-
drink it around.
I mean, fuck's sake.
All right,
let me see something real quick.
Team Stian now to Janet from Another Planet. What do you got going on?
Janet from the planet.
Let's see. I was looking through my spells, and I don't
That is Cigar Demon.
honestly. I don't know what spell to use
Yeah,
to
he-
help my.
He's
Heal
isn't it?
my
I don't know.
tiger
That dude,
stuff.
he used to
Yes.
come on the show all
Heal
the time
mass.
and we'd bullshit around.
Mass,
mass?
does that work for that kind of a spell?
Heal mass for everyone that's stunned.
It's them working.
Yeah,
stuff, right?
that'll fucking undo a lot of shit right now, Janet.
Okay. Well, I didn't realize that would work for that because I thought it was had to be a specific spell for fear or whatever, stun. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do heal mass right now.
Hold on, just a second, Janet. Corbin, how bad is your character dead?
He's at negative con. He is fully dead.
Oh shit! Nice.
It's within 1 round.
Bruce is killing people. Damn, go Bruce.
Janet, go ahead.
PK.
It says the maximum number of hit points restored to each creature is 250 hit points.
Plus.
Plus 100% of what you got. So actually, it's 250. Now it's 375.
Yeah,
Right now,
375.
I'm doing a little choppy chop.
Hold
some,
on. No. Max
Three
number of
mil
hit points.
brass tubing because that is what I use. Space.
That's just maximum number. So you're 17th
I know
level,
that I said
Yes.
I need to go ahead and put the
17.
protective coat on these
170
figures.
plus 85.
I haven't
so
actually looked for it.
Yeah, it says per,
bad.
255.
per level.
Yeah.
Doing
255.
I can do since it's in front of me, and that is
Let's
to
fucking
get
go!
the bad stuff done.
There are moments I'm glad that we're not
There you
playing
go.
Iron Kingdoms because we would all pop like fucking pimples.
Uh-oh. DM James' live sound, my gamer now. I'll have to check this later.
Face really makes good.
So now,
Also,
can I ask a question? So that means that
Drag
Sasha is no longer stunned?
So
Anyway,
You cast mass heal,
I'm a
yeah.
nerd for that.
Go ahead and
shit.
put the 30-foot radius up.
The whole
Or no, the 15-foot radius.
vector and stuff like that.
15 foot? Shit. Where'd you put my 15-foot radius at?
It should be under there.
I
This is
mean,
why I hate it when my wife touches my stuff.
I got
Yeah,
a
might have been me
miniature
again.
doctor girlfriend and her
What's the 15-foot
from
radius
Bender
for?
Brothers.
Because they can't be more than 30 foot apart.
That's pretty.
Oh,
That's pretty
yeah.
cool.
No two of which.
Yes,
Okay.
can be 30 foot apart, so 15-foot radius.
Mhm.
So he puts
So-
that.
Oh man,
Because mine says no two of which can be more than 30
Janet?
feet. Yeah.
Janet, you've
Mhm.
got a real problem. You need to get to where everybody you're casting this on is like,
So move me right there behind the.
No.
It doesn't matter where you are.
too.
you got to be able to include Parn, or Parn receives nothing and he's dead.
Oh, okay.
Stian is
Oh, we
good,
got leftovers.
Where
so
do
don't
I-
worry about him.
But the problem is that we've got
See what
Parn
leftovers is up
and we've
to.
got fucking
Hey.
Chance right there.
What's
who's
up, homie?
fucking
How you
befuddled
doing?
As hell.
I know.
Not bad.
So
Just
where do I
got
need
done
to
with
go
a little bit of
scan to
work
do
on
it?
You have to make a choice. You either
Oh
put
yeah,
down
did
Chance or
you
you
have
put
a
on
good
Farm.
game or
You
bad
don't
game?
have to move.
pretty
You
good
don't have
games
to move.
usually.
You're good.
Okay, I want to put it on Parn
Well,
because
good.
he's dead.
Okay, well, not dead. He'll be dead at the end of
I
this round
am
if he's at
watching
negative
Bruce.
con.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
I
noticed.
have to save him.
So with that being stated,
Watching Bruce kill his team, his party.
But I'm,
He is
I'm
too,
still
ain't he?
stunned.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it's
he's
yeah,
taking
you're
people
still
out
stunned,
over
but
here.
Crimson,
Anyway, I could
He
turn
was
them
like
down a
one
little
round.
bit.
Jeeves,
Turn what down?
Luna,
Their audio.
Amish,
It's
everybody
slightly
within that-
loud for me. I
that
can barely
area
hear
right
you.
there.
Huh.
220,
All right.
255
I will
hit
do
points.
so just because.
No, Travis. I'm stunned for 8.
Okay, that's too low.
Yeah, that's too.
I'm sorry, but he's
There,
already
that sounds better.
at death's
There
door. I
We
have
can
to
get him up.
Oh.
Cigar DMs.
And what are you using to do this?
I can do that again, so I'll do it again if I have to. I'll move, and then I'll help
I'll
you
do it
get
again, baby.
you out.
Well,
Sit here and
So
be
I just
inappropriate
survived.
towards Janet.
You do have other friends in the party. Don't forget.
Yeah, and there's other people that can do it too. But what I'm saying is, I
So,
had to help him.
You been
while
getting
he's
any
dying.
gaming
Before
in?
he's
Doing
dead,
anything
he's gone.
fun?
All I want to say is
The
I
last
never said
Monday
I
was
wanted to
my
visit
last
you.
game.
None of us did. I thought we said
Yeah.
we
Other
were
than that,
going
not
in,
really.
but oh well. Bruce decided we're all
Yeah,
in.
Hungar went up to the
You guys
parents'
started
house
backing out
and
when you
went
saw
back
that
on the
big silver
range.
ball in the center of the
Fired
fucking
off.
pit.
a bunch of-
You're like,
Yeah, I
I don't
heard
see
that.
why
You
we
told
got
me
that
about
close
that.
Took his AK
until we
and everything
saw
like
that.
that.
'Cause I'm like
well,
right
you're
on that
looking at
shit.
it. No,
Makes
no,
me
no,
wish
it
I
takes
could go
you,
to
a couple
shoot
rounds
some
to
of my
figure out
guns.
what the fuck is that?
Well, the thing
And then by
is,
that
too,
time,
Hungar
you fucking
doesn't live that
information
far
and
from you, so
see aura, argument, magic
you better
shit
watch
where you're like,
out. He'll
oh,
pick
that's
you up one day.
that's something to do with chronological.
Next thing you know, you'll be out in the middle of the woods firing off guns. Because
Oh,
it's like
and then the fucking
when
mind
you go to
flash
my
here, hey,
mom's
James, how you doing?
house,
I
After
thought they weren't my
that's
players.
kind of what you do.
they're time players.
You eat breakfast and
Time players.
Time player.
down to our
Hold
range,
on. What's
just
being cast on farm?
pop off all day.
Heal.
255 hit points.
It's
Oh.
it's a lot
Okay,
of
I
fun.
thought that was
Heal
damage.
doesn't have the ability
When you
to
said
raise-
250, I thought that was damage.
There's
I
definitely
was
a few
like,
guns
here
I
we
kind of
go.
want to fire off, and I haven't yet.
Healing.
Yeah,
You
but-
at the end of your next round if you were at exactly negative con. Mark.
I kind of
Plus,
want,
everyone
you know,
in
use that HK
area
clone soon.
is no longer stunned.
So
So
you're stunned, blinded.
Yeah, they were down there. I
All
guess
things.
his
Disease, exhausted, fatigue,
stepson
feeble-minded,
bought a
insanity, all that.
freaking
It
an
kills
actual
all of them.
Kalashnikov,
So now,
trans.
do we have
Or
to?
which they
not
make them
being
in
able
America
to-
now.
Yeah.
And then after the guy dropped Parn, he
Yeah,
rolls
so-
a natural 20 for his stealth check to get away.
So that's
from
kind of cool that you can get
Fuck that
a
guy.
actual Russian-made
Assassin makes
AK,
sense.
even if it is
Hey,
made
I
in
got-
America, it's still.
I've got the lantern. Show him.
It's skill, not
You
invisibility.
still can't get an
Not
SCG.
invisibility, dude.
Okay, so he's just sneaking. Okay.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, I don't even
stealthing
know what
his way
SCG
around.
is.
SCG 44, the Sturmgewehr.
Oh, you
Okay.
can, but it's
Not
from
invisible?
22.
No.
You gotta be.
Yeah, that's not
You gotta
cool.
use your perception better than stealth.
The Stig,
Grimson,
yeah,
what are
you
doing?
get the dude's down the
So where'd the
freaking
assassin
gun
go?
shop. The last
He
time
went
I went
somewhere.
in there had
Just
it
God
in
damn
a
it.
case,
He's sneaking
and I
around.
think they wanted like it was cheap.
Travis,
what I
do you
mean?
have the ability to
Yeah,
heal?
but it's not the same as a real
Yes.
SDG, or at least
Yes,
Would
please.
you
like
I don't
SDG and its
understand
original.
why they went with 22.
I know.
Where my ass.
You'd
It's
think-
like
a spell.
a better round would have been
takes me out of
7.62 by
my- I'm a
39.
stepsister stuck
Yeah.
in the dryer.
I understand
situation
not
I'm in.
going for
I can
the
heal you 150 points.
like. I totally
Will that
understand
get
not
rid of the
going
stun?
for the
Wait, what
you
was the
know
last? What was the one that got rid of
8mm
all that
Kurtz
shit?
round
What did we
because
get?
God nobody
So what's the
takes it.
steal?
Yeah, that's fair.
So you would just be standing around, right? And you're and let's be honest, no one's going to just start
She's
making
170
these random
level-
8mm
170 hit points
shorts.
of curative
True. But
Right.
maybe if we could get it in at
Plus,
least
her
7.62
healing
or
gives her
Oh.
5.56 or something.
Okay, so it's more
Right.
than just
So
heals
the
now.
closest
Like that.
thing
She,
to
like, goes
a
deep into the
8mm
ass on the
Kurtz would be
healing.
like a 7.6239.
Yeah.
I'm not that.
That
good.
would be the closest.
I mean,
Because
she has the special
Germans
rubber
like to
gloves,
call
the
them 8
cover of that
millimeter,
no
but
doubt
they're
CD.
really 7.98.
Jesus.
I had that album.
That one album, we all had that
So,
album.
you know. But the Germans like to call it
That one in the
the 8
Cranberries album.
millimeter.
Oh,
And then you've got your 8 millimeters for your Mauser, right?
I'm sad she died. I like that girl.
The Stig round looks
Zombie
just
was
like
such a
that,
great
Fuck
song,
you.
but
except
you forgot
cut in half,
I fucking hate that song.
like lengthwise.
You know what the song was about?
Zombie! Zombie!
Again, it just like I don't know why they went with the.
You have
22.
any idea what the
Some
song was
American
about?
company,
Not good music.
you know who they sell a lot of them to?
That song was about
Oh.
the IRA during the 90s and
And
90s.
that's
Reenactors.
great.
Yeah.
That's a great message talking about
In
that.
Pennsylvania,
Not annoyingly, every
they have a whole
fucking day on the radio.
reenactor group,
Okay, I'll
Like
give you
and
that.
they
Actually,
We'll
reenact
play
as
Bajillion
like
fucking
the
You know,
Especially when she
first
passed.
Deutschland,
between that and between My
Right.
Heart Will Go On,
and
My
they have
City,
a
I
related
think I'm
group
so good. I never have
that
to hear those
does
two
like
songs
on
in
First Airborne.
concert,
So if you want to
concert
be
tunes.
in
I
the
don't
German
have to laugh.
reenactor group,
That's what
they
every
expect
fucking
you to
state's gonna
have
do.
authentic looking
Okay,
weapons.
so Janet, you
Yes.
cast heel match.
So I mean, a
What
lot
was
of guys
Sasha
just
doing?
go out and buy K98, right? Done.
Is there
problem.
anyone around her that's
Get
a
your
bad guy?
uniform,
I
get
mean,
your
I can't really tell
K98.
who's
No,
what.
there
You're ready to
isn't,
go.
but there's one
But
over
some
there by the
guys, you
big
know, they
flaming
gotta be
pit.
special,
There's two
so
over
they
here
get
by this
stick
flaming pit.
forks
They've got a little bit of like
or
electrical
MP
scarring on like
forks, as they
one
end up
pinky
naming it.
finger, and then you got one over here.
Yeah, that was a
that's
weird thing
licking
because
its
they weren't
tentacles,
really
getting ready to
MP40.
deeply
It wasn't to
gouge
replace
Yeah,
the
they were not
MP40.
machine
thoughts that Chance
pistolas
has.
at all.
No.
Okay, I'll go over there. How far
But
away is that?
For
the
you
whole
to get over
reason they
here,
named it that is they're
you're
trying to
gonna have
hide
to
it
travel.
from Adolf.
Looks like 35
Yeah.
feet through
Because old
trees,
Adolf was being pissy
and you're gonna
about
be at a
it because
negative
he
2 to
didn't
attack
want
because the room is fucked up shape.
to
Okay, hold on. It
replace
says that I
the
have
the K98.
You get one
Didn't want
attack.
to do it. And they had a
Tax, it's
semi-auto.
not
They
allowed.
could have replaced it with the Gavar
Yep.
Yes.
yes, we do.
rifle,
do?
Blessing for
which
yes.
was
Remember, I
basically
put
like
it
a
on
K98,
first.
but
That
it
the
was
first thing I
a
did.
magazine-fed semi-automatic.
Because I'm at 40 to
And
slash 70 speed.
they wouldn't. He
Does that
wouldn't
change
okay
anything
that,
for my,
so they ended up
movement?
the few that they
No,
had built. They
it
ended
means
up
that you're
using for
actually
sniper
able to
rifles.
cover the ground.
Okay, so I
Of
did
course,
get a
it
bite
had a
still.
big problem, which was the
Okay, let me see.
receivers tend to
Grab what I
crack.
need
Oof.
for my bite. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's towards the end of the war.
Or yeah, they probably didn't have
Actually,
great
somebody told
materials
me,
available.
Yeah, the German
fucking
stuff
Yeah, that-
started being like
Bad.
really
It
crap.
didn't make it better. It just gave me fucking flashbacks.
Okay, I rolled a 25. Is that high enough
So,
for
yeah.
attack?
This guy,
Happens
Yeah.
whenever you're on a losing end of a
Yeah.
war.
need higher.
You know, I saw
I did-
last
I did
night. I was
roll
watching the fat
successfully to bite.
electrician,
Yeah.
At least I'm
and
there
he
to
did
try
a whole
to-
thing on
That
War
would
Daddy.
take the focus of
Pretty
him
cool.
not lunching on a brain.
It's fun listening to history
He
stuff like
does tell great. I
Sometimes
mean,
don't roll really well.
okay, they're not stories
Usually
really
get it.
because you know they're true, but at the
This
same
guy,
time, he tells them
fuck,
very
I want
well.
to get a hold of Tate's brain, but you're in my way.
Yeah.
Paladin.
But yeah, War Daddy was a guy who tried to join the Navy and he couldn't because of his eyesight. And then he joined the Army, and he was somehow he was in intelligence or some shit. And then somehow he ended up being in a tank.
The Paladin, and
So
I don't
Oh yeah, that one.
he went
Yeah,
around
I
and got
remember
like
that
all
one.
the best tankers that he could find
disarm
and put them all in the same
Well,
tank, which was
is
not named Fury.
Hannah.
It was named
Nope.
in the
28
movie.
gonna disarm him?
What's
Yep.
your CMD?
Apparently. And everyone in the tank had a nickname but him, and then one of them, the one I guess they called Baby or whatever, or Schoolboy. Schoolboy,
He
because he
runs
was
up
so young.
and he goes for a tackle
Yeah.
on Hamish.
Started calling him War Daddy. And it kind of stuck. you know.
Hamish, 26
And
CMD.
26 CMD. He's
so that was that.
He's
You
not
know,
stunned
that
anymore.
was,
So you're looking
but
at
like
28.
the stuff you see in the movie Fury
Go fuck
Okay.
yourself. Ha!
is not even
All right.
anything near as crazy as the shit the dude did in
Slides
real life.
over. And he
I
goes
know
for
they
a grapple
they
on,
usually tone those kinds of
track
stories
two.
down just to make it
Two.
believable to most people.
32
Yeah, like when they were going through, he figured out when you break through the
we're not done
Bocage,
anymore, are we?
the Germans, I guess, were really kind
make
of
sure if
predictable
you're-
about where they
we're
would
done.
always set
Pick
up
up
their
your stuff.
shit to ambush you. So when he'd cut through a Bocage, before they even got full through Bocage, he'd have the gunner
Your
fire
stuff's
each
still on the
corner
ground. I'd use
of the
blinking
field that
for,
was open, because
free
the
action
Germans always
or
set up
quick
in the
action,
corners.
whatever, to pick it up.
So he put an HE round in each corner as he was coming through it. And a lot of times he was dead on right.
Oh, yeah.
He caught them
Yeah.
with their pants down, you know.
My CMD is only
And,
Crack Junior.
He was
All
the
right,
point of
he
the
grabs a hold
spear.
of
I
Crack.
mean, when they made the final breakthrough,
How
he
many
was
tentacles
the
get in
first
Crack's head?
tank ripping through Germany.
One.
You know, it was
One of the
you know, it
pinnacles
was
is
like,
jamming
wow, this
itself
guy.
inside the
And
nostril
of course, he does
of,
a
nope,
he
the
does the
right
whole thing
eyeball
on Chink
of,
Lee too.
Crack 2. Crack 2. This
Of course,
is very funny.
because you brought up Chink Lee, but
You'll take
which
4
wasn't
points
his
to
name.
17
They
points
called him that,
damage
I guess, because his
as the
eyes were
pistol
squinting.
scrapes your head.
It's like only the military would be so stupid that a guy wins a gold medal in marksmanship,
Ian,
Did I get a?
and then
did I
he
get a
tries
turn
to
Grayson
join the
go, or am
army,
I
and they're
waiting
like,
for my
"Nah,
turn?
your eyes are bad."
I thought you. Oh shit!
It's like,
Grayson, what you doing?
I just actually won a championship with a
I bet.
rifle. I mean,
Just making sure.
sorry, your eyes
on
aren't
the
good
sun
enough,
super.
man.
So,
So he becomes what, the
did-
sniper of the
Connell, did you
Navy?
get that heal?
No, because we kind of skipped back, and I wasn't
Well,
gonna.
Did Leth drop
If
out?
I'm healed, that's great. I was just going. I was waiting
Yeah.
for it to be verified.
Nah, I'm
What do
here.
you-
Thank
Oh,
you.
you're here. Yeah. So
You
you
gonna
know
blow
about
up
that
there,
because you
Crimson?
told me
Yep.
that.
Yeah, I'll get him with
Ching
heal.
Lee, yeah. I got it from Fat Electrician. He talked about it.
So on Sunday,
Yeah, that's what I
these guys
finally heard it too, and I was like,
score
"Oh my god!"
advantage, and that means
The army didn't want him because of his eyesight, even though he was
Crack
like
is
a
going to,
national championship marksman.
Yeah, he won multiple gold medals, and one time was after
Crack's
his
trying to do what on
pistol
himself?
exploded in his
Cast
hand,
dust
so he
form.
had to use his offhand.
Okay, is that Crack 2
To
or
finish
Crack 1?
To finish,
Crack 2.
yeah, and the army's like, "Nah,
is
sorry,
going to
bro."
cast Thorn Body on himself.
Okay, you need to roll.
Your eyes like
a-
super, go
Not
away.
happening.
Thorn Body's what level?
So he joined the Navy and then turned Navy
level
ships into
3.
snipers.
I was supposed to say it's a low level spell.
Yes,
As you do. As you do.
You need to roll
After you
your
cheat on a
caster
We
vision
cheat on-
exam.
which apparently all of the best heroes in the American military cheated on the vision exam. It's like,
Yes, they all did. They all literally did.
really? Or lied about their age. Audie Murphy lied about his age.
Yeah, wasn't he the? I'm trying to remember. Was he the short Texan?
Audie Murphy was the really, really short dude that was like 16.
No, I mean, like, how do I
And he
calculate?
lied
Your caster
and
level
told him
check
he
is
was
gonna
of
be a die
age,
20.
and they let him in,
Plus,
and he was working as a
have,
communications guy or something
Concentration
for the army,
It's concentration.
and they
check.
got
So
attacked
it's
by
20.
basically a whole damn
So it's
Panzer
plus 10, and I rolled a
brigade,
10.
and he single-handedly
Yeah.
That's low.
like saved
It is.
his whole team.
Well, it
and
just says on
was
Thorn
running
Body,
around like
concentration check
just
plus
taking out enemy
10,
tanks and
and then I rolled a 10.
infantry.
That's not
Just,
good.
you know, like at one point he was standing on top of a burning
That
tank,
sucks.
firing the
Do
50
you still
cal.
have something checked off, like stunned?
Yes.
And
yeah.
No, I don't think so.
what's funny is when he came home after the war, they made
Well,
a
that's,
movie, the Audie
that's
Murphy
Crack
story,
2.
Yeah,
Hmm,
Crack
and he
2's not
played
nearly as
himself.
powerful as Crack 1.
gotcha.
But yeah,
Crack.
you know,
Yeah, I know, right?
but
I've got.
And now there's a
I've
song
got
about
the
it.
tumor familiar. He's like.
he
a
was
smaller
just
mini-me.
really, really short,
I
little,
know.
Tumor
kind of
familiar.
pretty boy, you know, just a little pretty
Who do
guy.
you
Yeah,
And
think's
like a-
who do you think's holding the lantern?
I guess the killer instinct
He's more
kicked
like
in
a,
on that
a
dude, and he was
Bunyan
just like,
or
F
a
it.
boy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he hides until
Okay.
it's time to.
This is
Start the
that day.
The spirit of Cotton Hill. You know, it's the spirit of Cotton
I
Hill.
guess, man, the spirit got you right.
Yeah, I'm done.
I can't fit him
I
in.
don't know
Got
if
his
I watch
freaking
Hellboy,
legs
Own
shut up at the
Army,
knees, so they just
or
attached his
fucking,
feet
Total
to what was
Recall
left
now.
of his legs.
All right. This one charges Stian.
They're supposedly
Trained for
making a
an
new
actual
King of the
tournament.
Hill, and it's like 10 years
They
later.
have. They've already
Not a
done it.
natural 20.
Yeah,
Ian,
they've already started it.
Yep.
You can actually watch it
Oh,
now.
okay.
AC.
I've seen a little few clips here and there. One of my favorite scenes from it so far has to be this German guy goes into Bobby's restaurant,
All right,
and he's like,
go ahead.
"Wait, Bobby Hill, are you any relation to that Cotton Hill?" It's like, "Yeah, he's my grandpa." Well, he killed my grandpa. He was one of the 50 men that got killed.
That's about all I got.
50. Yeah,
That's
God.
really apply shit.
Yeah.
Fred will start.
Well, I mean,
fire.
it's war, so, you know, people get killed. Sorry about your luck. I mean, condolences, right? I mean, what are you going to say about it? It's like,
Apparently, he wasn't happy because Bobby was a German and was fixing like German Japanese cuisine.
which is funny because didn't Cotton kill a bunch of both of those?
Yes.
I
don't know. I think he
The
might
way
have
I
killed
see
some
it,
Japanese
I think
people
it.
too.
Yeah, no, I think mostly he should have
Chances
been
in turn
just
or
a
chances
Japanese.
already just
And
horrible to me.
really, they just made it very
Okay.
muddy because of that. Because
Okay.
in a lot of his war stories, he really
I wanna
could not
do
have
something
done.
important
Like
to you,
literally,
but I
he would have
can't.
had to be in Germany
Not right
and
now.
Japan in just about the same time.
But apparently now you have evidence
gonna
that
go
he
and
did
all?
some shit.
No, he
Was it
did,
returned?
and it wasn't even
Come
that.
on,
Really,
Captain
his
Lewis.
Japanese story was more credible, and I think that they should have just made him,
I'm sorry.
you know, kill
That's all right.
Japanese.
Right.
You know,
Time to fucking
Well, I mean, the war
start.
didn't end
Have 'em
just
be in the
because Germany
Pacific.
surrendered. I mean,
This
you
guy's
know,
right in front of you, Eloise.
I know, but the thing is, his story really focused mostly on the Japanese. It would have been funnier if he just thought that he was in Germany because of a war buddy he
45 to hit.
heard tell stories.
well, dude's old.
Dude
I mean,
is
he's
old.
pretty old, so he might be remembering shit that ain't necessarily 100% on me.
True.
What's going on?
That's why I don't know if I like that one that much because of that, though. It's like the thing where I think it's
That's
funny,
48 damage.
but I also I liked it whenever they kind of focused on Cotton being more of the Pacific War.
All right.
So, Doc,
Does not look so good anymore.
me and Leth are sitting here talking, or Leth and I, excuse me, about
You
good
got
videos
30
we've
attacks.
seen on the Fat Electrician or
Listen to Herbert.
the new King of the Hill, which is King of the Hill, but like 10 years later. And I put Bruce's game in the background to watch while I was painting.
Katrina hit New
And,
Orleans.
you know,
Yeah.
so far,
It's
I
been
mean,
20
I think they might have got the guy up, but he definitely
Go
killed
ahead,
a
get
guy.
that, Hannah.
One of the guys.
45 damage this
So,
time.
I mean, I don't know if they got him
45
back
damage
up.
this time?
I don't even know what game he's playing, but
Yeah, I'm not sure. I
doesn't
haven't
look so
really
good.
I haven't really watched
He's
Bruce's
still up.
games.
The fucking on that.
so yeah.
Back him again.
Oh, I watch
Looks
his
like
games
during
on
UFC
occasion.
on a Labor Day weekend.
I don't watch any of those games. I just don't
What do
watch
you,
people
man?
play D&D
Glad you're
anymore.
back. Where'd you go? Spain, right?
Neat, Spain.
Reminds me of the song, and I
It's
don't
like
even know
Spain,
who
but with
did
the
it.
mask.
It might be Three Dog Night, but he's like, "Well, I've never been to Spain, dun, but I've been to Oklahoma." You know what I mean? It's like, and they tell me I was born there, but I really don't remember. What's going on here?
You know, I've been to
Well, I
London.
put a link in for Doc if you want to join. Oh, you went to Italy, hey, what's the matter? You,
Oh, Italy.
hey, what's a? Did you gain like 50 pounds while you were there? Because I probably would.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
I know.
Like, oh God, give me some of that polenta. Put
No,
some sauce on.
I've never been to Italy, but I have been to London, Kentucky.
Yeah, I've been to London, Kentucky. There's an Edinburgh in Georgia, so you know.
Have you ever been to Athens,
I have
Tennessee?
not been to Athens, Tennessee, but I believe there's an Athens, Georgia, too. I went to our local German restaurant today, and they have a deli
Nice.
full of nothing but German food attached to the restaurant. So I bought some of this beer because
Yeah,
it's
so you get-
apparently the oldest brewery in the entire world. And that's a Bavarian flag there. And it's called Bavaricum, which is Latin sounding, but that makes sense if this stuff
you
is
heard of-
being made by monks, right? Because
Hey James, do you know what happened at the end of World War II in Athens, Tennessee?
yeah, some guys got mad and took over the armory, and because the freaking
Yes.
the law enforcement there was a bunch of crooked fuckers, overdosed on pizza and espresso. I mean, you know, if you were a millionaire, Italy would be such a great place to retire because you could just spend your days hanging out at the freaking, you know, coffee shops, you know, just out on the street at a little table drinking your espresso. You know, you could wear an ascot, you could jump on your scooter and just be like, ciao, you know, and like it would be cool, right? Beautiful weather. If you wanted a little colder, just head north, right? Just go up into the mountains near Austria and Switzerland. And all that.
You know what? To be fair, there is an Italian vehicle that I want. You know what it is?
Fiat 500.
No.
A M1941 Caro Amato.
Get closer.
I mean,
L333cc.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm naming tanks now.
I know that's what it is though. Is the L333cc? It's a little tankette. It's basically like an armored golf cart. I couldn't even fit in the thing.
Oh,
like,
I know
I'd be
what
sitting
you're
up
talking
on top
about.
of it.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the tankettes.
Yeah,
That would have
it's a
like a
tankette.
machine gun. Some of them would pull behind them a trailer so that they could have like a flamethrower mounted to the shit. Yeah, I've seen those things at like where they show off armored vehicles, and those things aren't barely as big as freaking nothing, man. Like
I know.
My
It's like
mom's
having
4x4 Polaris is bigger than that.
Yes,
Not checked the
it's like
bank
having
account
like an
yet.
armored
Well,
go-kart,
I mean,
really.
it's EU. I don't know how the EU and the British pound are doing against each other right now.
I'm just saying, James, it's like having an armored go-kart.
Yeah, until you know
On
somebody in a
tracks.
real tank hits you with 76 millimeter round, and then it's like, well, okay.
Well, I don't want to take it to war. I just want to have
Like,
it.
well, that was nice. You know, I had a little armored.
I'm not taking it into battle.
I had an armored go kart, and then I got hit by a 3 centimeter gun from a Matilda.
Again, I'm not
Welcome
taking
to
it
North
into
Africa,
combat.
baby.
I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, my Italian army that I built for bolt action was I got a couple Caramatos, and then I've got the Italian version of the Stug, which is just a Caramato body with no turret and 75 millimeter gun sticking out of the front.
Yeah, that.
Which is really the only thing the Italians had in armored form that could deal with anything.
Pretty good. Yeah.
But I mean, to be fair though, if you were worried about armored shit, you could always field a truck mounted 90 millimeter Lancel or some shit it was called. It was basically like the Italians' version of the German 88, and they mounted them on the back of flatbed trucks. And they'd use them, you know, from fixed position. So it's like, you know, watch where you run up, because if a couple of those artillery pieces are up there, it's going to go bad quick, you know.
If I could get any tank, I'd probably rather have just an M4.
Well, of course, Sherman's the best tank ever made, man. Well, no, I mean the M1A1 is the best tank ever made, but in World War II, it was
the best tank ever made in World War II.
I mean, we spent millions upon billions of dollars trying to improve the M1, only to stop and be like, "F it, man, we can't improve this bitch. Let's just put some extra toys on it and call it a day." So the new one
The
that's
one
coming
thing they
out,
probably
I told you it has like a laser PDF defense thing that automatically targets, tracks, and destroys drones. It's like,
Yeah, the one thing they probably shouldn't have added though was the extra armor on the side, because really all that was is a big sign saying "Shoot me here."
oh, you mean on the Sherman, how they would like tack weld squares of armor on the sides of it? Usually
Yeah.
over where the ammo was stored.
Exactly. It wasn't enough to ever really help, but it was enough to basically give you a big
Well, the
target.
little bit I know about armored warfare, which is not much, is your opponent should never see your side nor rear. You know,
Yeah.
you always
True.
want that meaty front slope pointing at the opponent. That's why if you're in position and you're told to pull back, you don't see tanks turning.
Mostly.
They throw that bitch in reverse because you want that front slope. Now, when I was in Iraq, and this is a story you can look up, there was an M1A1 tank attached to us, and this thing got hit like 3 times in the front turret, and it knocked some paint off.
Yeah, it's not gonna do much if you hit the front turret.
And
It's
now
not
it
worth
wasn't a super modern Russian tank. It was like probably
No.
a T-50 series, 55, something like that.
Yeah, probably what you'd be facing.
But
there,
even if
you
it
know,
was a
Middle East
T-72
lot.
off the front slope of that freaking turret, yeah, get out of here, man.
It'll just bounce off because
Yeah, by the time you combine the
it's
fact that
what it
it's
is.
super armor, it's thick as shit and sloped, it's like, get out of here. You're not doing nothing, man. Even the M1 tank they captured in Ukraine, they had to shoot that thing 2 or 3 times in the rear with their version of the Javelin rocket before it would stop. The only reason it stopped is they damaged the engine. The crew jumped out and ran. I mean, they took the engine out. That was it. There was no way they were going to penetrate the actual body of that tank. So they drug it to Russia, and now it's on display. Not great, but hey, the crew, whatever. Yeah, Italy is amazing. Spain is a weird donut. Yeah, that's what you do. Hey, baby, you're talking to your sister. Everything good?
Mhm.
Yeah, orcs. Who doesn't love the orcs? The only thing we don't do is we don't paint our tanks red, but we might as well. With modern combat, it's not really like camouflage matters anymore, especially for vehicles, because we have so many things looking for you that really it just don't even matter, For a vehicle, they're going like, well, if you're America, you will be spotting enemy vehicles from orbit. So it's like, paint them how you want. We're gonna see you,
One thing I would like to see is the Polish fight, like a few M1 Abrams, paint them all red and give them the wings. Like their
Well,
own wings as ours.
they have bought them. We have
No.
sold them some of our older stuff.
Yeah.
Poland is a crazy country. I mean, they must be spending like 50% of their gross national product on American weaponry.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, Poland. I'd like to say, damn, Poland, who hurt you? But we know who hurt them. We know exactly who it was.
We know a few people. Russia, Germany,
you name it.
Everyone.
I mean, just pretty much all of those assholes, man. Now Poland's just sitting there like some kind of rabid dog just waiting. And since Germany's acting up, we're going to end up moving all of our military bases to Italy, Spain, and Poland.
Yeah. Oh, James, talking about Germany going crazy. Did you hear about the new official language of Europe?
If you say Arabic, I'm going to laugh.
Oh, no, it's English.
Oh, well, that makes sense. English is the lingua franca of today.
Oh, yeah, but here's how they're going to do it. They're going to start simplifying it, taking out a few things, and soon they will talk like this.
Yeah, so it's not like German.
We will.
Get rid of the soft C, keep it a hard K, whatever. Yep. But I mean, if you want to do business anywhere in the world, you know English.
And then they will be talking German, like they always intended.
Don't go faster in America. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Maybe we need to get some of those M1 tanks and throw some go faster red on that Joker. Send it down range, man. Because
Paint some flames
it's so
on it.
weird, right? Think about back in the day
Racing
when we
stripes.
were duking it out with our granddaddy England or our daddy England, right? The British were walking around in bright red uniforms, and we were wearing pretty much bright white uniforms with white pants. So no one was really trying to hide, except for the snipers that from over the mountains that were creeping around trees and shit in their buckskins. And we've kind of gone full circle because we come from a time where no one wore camouflage because it didn't matter. And we're getting to another epoch, let's say, where camouflage isn't going to matter anymore. I mean, like if you're infantrymen trying to creep through trees, like a Bradley with their what's it called? The lamp system will see your ass a mile away.
Is that some kind of thermals?
Yes.
Because you can possibly trick those.
You can do it with those cloaks,
Sure.
but the problem is if you're under that cloak more than like 10 minutes, it don't work anymore because you build up heat. So the cloak, I know it's true because I've been following the Russo.
No, I didn't say it was untrue. I just said
and the Russians have been trying to use those cloaks to infiltrate. And they work great against thermals unless you're under them too long. And then all of a sudden you show up. And then there were Ukrainian drones you right up your ass. Which to me doesn't seem fair, but hey, you do what you got to do, right?
Yep.
So.
See, if I was in charge of painting Abrams, I'd probably have like a whole battalion with yellow with black racing stripes.
The Abrams in the unit I was in were all painted desert colors. Everyone.
I know.
Because I was in a regiment that actually trained specifically for desert combat, Chris.
Yeah.
24th Infantry Division. Now, I don't know if they still do it. We were off Fort Stewart, though. And all of our vehicles were just a flat sand color. That was just it. They were just a sand colored. And then you have a symbol on the side that represents what company you're in. So like, an A, a C, a D, a B, and then, numbers for, which vehicle in which platoon. So you might have an A1-1, and that would be the command vehicle of the company in the first platoon, and we never painted them any other way, This is like whatever. I remember one time a German Fox, or Fuchs as they call it, chemical truck ran through our perimeter and didn't tell anybody. And left, in case you don't know what a Fox looks like, right? It's a wheeled vehicle, an armored wheeled vehicle.
Yeah.
It looks in the middle of the night very similar to, like, I don't know, a BTR. You know what I mean? So there were literally tanks. Like, this thing ran through our perimeter and the tanks lit it up and they were going after it. And it was running, and the tankers were like, do we got permission to fire? And the guys are like, hold on. We don't know what this is. And then the Germans are calling. They're like, don't shoot us, because, half of the M1s that were attached to my infantry company were on their ass. Those Germans, I bet, had to go home and clean out their mop gear. Because, if you're driving around in your little chemical vehicle looking for chemicals, and all of a sudden, a route passes across the bow, as they say, and you look back and see a bunch of M1s ripping ass. Yeah, you're thinking, well, I guess I'm going to heaven. Or maybe not. They are Europeans, so. But regardless of that, yeah, that really did happen. It was pretty. I mean, it's not hilarious because it would have been a friendly fire incident, and the
Yeah.
poor British know about that because they have this IFV. It's a wonderful IFV called the Martyr. A great IFV.
Oh,
Everybody
Martyr.
loves the Martyr. It's a great, I mean, maybe even better than the Bradley. Just depends on your opinion, right? Looks like a BMP though, from a distance, which means A-10s hovering above the battlefield. They
Oh,
look
okay.
down at that Martyr, and all of a sudden they're like, "We got BMP over here." And then if the guys on the ground are like, "Take her out," it's like, "Bah!" And then you got a bunch of dead British guys, and of course we all feel terrible about it because it's like that sucks. You know,
Yeah.
go to war with your friends, get killed by your friends. But
Nobody
yeah,
wants
the
that.
Martyr though is a really good IFV. It's just unfortunate that looks so similar to some of the Russian stuff. Let me tell you something though, quickly. Your entire country is about the size of the state I live in. That is something that Europeans don't realize.
America's
There's
a
a
large
Portuguese
place.
guy that I watch sometimes. He does these reactions to like America.
I've seen the British guy who does the reactions
Oh,
to it.
there's some British guys that do good reactions too.
Yeah.
Like I watched this one guy. He was like a Royal Marine, and he watched the video.
I've
Could
seen him.
America
Yeah.
defeat England in a war? And of course, it was like, well, yes.
Obviously.
You know, England has, however many submarines. America has literally almost 100 times more. But yeah, it's like when I talk to people from Europe and they're like, Americans don't travel. Americans hardly ever travel. And it's not really fair to say because when I drove to Bloomington, Indiana, was probably as far as where you went from Britain to Italy. If you're talking mileage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like my wife lived in Germany for a very long time, and I visited Germany, and like I know how it is when you're in Europe. You can totally like catch a train and like visit like 5-6 countries in a day, or whatever. It's like, because you catch the train in Germany and you go through France and you might go through Spain and then cross over into Italy and whatever. And, and people think, how well traveled Europeans are, but they don't understand. Texas is bigger actually than Germany, which is a big European country. And also in America, if I leave Eastern Kentucky, right, and I go across the bridge into Northern Ohio, entirely different culture. Not only that, but they speak English way different than we do. And heaven forbid if I find myself in Maine or something. Those guys up there, they don't believe in the use of the R letter, the whole letter. They're like, that letter R no, we're not doing that. If the word has an R in it, we're just going to say it's an AH instead.
That's weird.
That's actually all of New England, though. I got to go out and park the car in the yard. New Yorkers, and I know this because of my dad. Hey, boy, where's your mother? They're like, mother? I mean, I'm supposed to be the uneducated hillbilly here, but I at least know how to say mother, And it's like when I visited the city, I mean, it is so different than being in Kentucky, because there are probably more people. I know for a fact there are more people on Long Island than the entire state of Kentucky. You could probably add Tennessee and West Virginia to that mix. And there would probably still be more people on Long Island. You know what I mean? If I had to guess.
I just think how long it would
and
take
it
to.
only gets weirder if you start going west.
Yeah,
It's, you know?
longer and weirder because it'd take you a while to get through the
Oh, yeah.
states that
West
way.
is where the people who made the American maps just decided they didn't give a shit anymore. They were like, you know what? F it. Make it a square.
A bunch of squares.
Yeah, it's like if you look at the map of America, it's like, yeah, just squares. Just squares. Why not?
It's like
You
a
know?
bunch of weird shapes up in this little corner, and then it just goes into squares.
Yeah, it is. You look at the East Coast, and every state's like kind of weird, you know. I mean, Tennessee's like basically squares, but then with a river and some mountains or whatever. And
Yeah.
Kentucky's got that big thing where the river goes by. But as soon as you cross the Mississippi, it's just like, yeah, we're just drawing squares. Until they got to California, and then when they got to California, they're like, we're just going everything on the coast. And they were talking on the news, which it's probably not going to happen, but talk of splitting California into at least 2 states has come up again.
Yeah, I don't blame it because it's like the Republicans there just don't want to be ruled over by, the Democrats.
Yeah, it's
there.
totally political. You know, it's like you have like all of these blue state people, and they all live in like a couple of cities, and then
large swaths of like the red parts of California.
then the whole rest of the state is all like farmers and stuff like that. So
Yep.
it's the same thing with the movement up in Oregon to become part of Greater Oklahoma or whatever, Idaho.
Yeah, Greater Idaho. Yeah.
Yeah, the town I came from was literally 12 trailers on the side of a mountain. And they weren't even close together. They're like miles apart. So
We had a few houses, just not on a mountain.
Yeah, so like my closest neighbor was at least half a mile away. We could see him because my house is the highest on the mountain because that's where I own my land, right? So I can walk out on my porch where my mom lives, actually. I caught mine, but my mom's house, and look down the mountainside and see other people's houses. And then on top of that, we're related to the vast majority of the people who even live there. So
I'll tell you this: the last town I lived in before I moved up into where I live now,
right?
When we moved away, about a third of the population was gone after that.
Is that? Yeah, like the place I'm from doesn't even it's not even a town.
Yeah,
they call it unincorporated part of Kentucky. So technically, yeah, it's not a town. We don't have a fire department or
we at least have
a mayor or anything like that. It's just trailers on a mountainside.
I'm wondering if Brownsville even had a mayor. I never even remember anything like that.
So for us, if we want to go to a city, depending on how far you want to drive, you got a couple of choices. You can go to Somerset, you can go to London, or you can go to Lexington. And it just depends on how long you want to drive, really. Lexington's an hour away or so, maybe hour and a half.
It's about a couple hours away from where I live, I think.
Yeah, and London's maybe 30 minutes away. And Somerset might be 40 minutes away,
Nope, I'll be right back.
Yeah. But quickly, man, bro, you guys been wilding out over there. I mean, and I'm not going to say I disagree, but I actually got a little angry for you. I don't know if you got angry, but I got angry for you when those people were talking about, like, I guess people in your government were complaining because you guys were hanging St. George's flag, which I think is the actual flag of England, right? And then the St. Andrew's flag, that's Scotland, right? And then if you blend them all together, you get the Union Jack or something like that. And people were saying it was like bad and stuff for the British to hang their own flags up. And I was just like, that is crazy. I mean, so you come to my country from wherever you come from, and you're telling me we deal with it in America too, just people aren't willing to push it too far because they might get jacked up. Like you'll see people and they'll say shit like, if you see a house with an American flag, you know they're a conservative, bigot, Trump voter or some shit. So, like, apparently having an American flag is automatically makes you, you know, a bad person. But I mean, that's such a small part of our population that it's like, who cares, right? But in England, yeah, I was watching these guys. They're going down the street and cutting down the Palestinian flags and hanging St. George's flag up. And I guess the government's like, okay. I mean, because people were out. I mean, I saw them, man. They were all out in the streets, waving flags, fighting with the cops. And I guess Keir Starmer, they're telling him to like take a hike. It's like, I mean, I don't remember if it's true or not. I think I saw something on the TV the other day where Trump was kind of dunking on Keir Starmer about
I wouldn't be
something.
surprised.
Yeah. Oh, everybody on X, Trump is dead. Trump is dead. Do you guys know? We haven't seen Trump in 3 days. He's dead. And then somebody posted pictures of him playing golf with his granddaughter today. And he's shaking hands and shit. It's like imagine being members of the United States and literally praying for the commander-in-chief to die. It's like, are you people okay? I mean, are you sure you're okay? Because
I miss the good old days where
not okay, you know,
where the American people would actually get together and get mad at an HOA for not letting an old guy just raise his flag.
In Florida, they're talking about outlawing all HOAs.
Yeah, I know. I wish we'd do that here.
It's really what's weird is that there are people within your own government that are doing everything to make you not be proud of being England. And it's like, I was talking to, a former Englishman the other day, now a Canadian and soon a future American. And we were talking about like, Britain is like screwed in a way because no one remembers all the good shit they did. Like, because I was telling him, look, people always want to be, you're colonizers. Well, Britain brought education, medicine, the light of God, freaking technology, ended slavery, ended women burning themselves alive in India. I mean, tried to put into the caste system. It's like everywhere the British went ended up better than it was before the British landed. Now, if you wanted to get effed up, you got settled by like, Holland or Belgium, Leopold. He's just going to cut all your hands off and shit. And then after the British stopped colonizing everyone, they bankrupted themselves, putting an end to slavery. On the Atlantic and even in the Arabian Ocean and all this shit, right? No one mentions that. All they mention is that, the British showed up in America and did some shit. And I heard a guy talking about the other day, and he was like saying, the settlers have nothing to be sorry for because one, there's no indigenous Americans, except maybe the red-haired giants, but that's getting into some woo shit, right? The Indians that were here are not indigenous to here. They come from Asia.
No,
and
I
not
think
as
they
far
kind of
back as you think.
Yeah, I think they kind of wiped out the people who were here originally already before we even got
They
here.
did. The Cherokee talk about the people who were here that they wiped out. And every single Indian tribe was constantly at war with each other over territory, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like the Iroquois were fighting with somebody, and the Chippewa kicked the Lakota's asses so bad they had to flee to the Black Hills, where they immediately wiped out the tribe that had lived there. And the further west with the Indians you get, the more horrible it is, right? So why are the British to blame for anything? The British did not do a single thing on this continent worse than the people who were here were already doing. As a matter of fact, British common law put an end to a lot of the shit, right? No more cannibalism, guys. We're not doing that anymore. You know, shit like that, right?
Yeah,
And
people
yet-
remember John Redcorn, how he tried to say, "Oh, it was a white man." Then,
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, and then Bobby looked it up and was like, "Your people were cannibals," and he's like, "What?" Yeah, they were so horrible that all the other Indian tribes in the area got together and wiped their asses out.
his argument was, "Well, that was 500 years ago." It's like, yeah, well, hey, you were complaining about the white man.
Yeah,
And
complaining
what they
about
did
the white
historically.
man sleeping with Dell's wife, scumbag, and a horrible father, and you're trying to whine about racism, and your people were eating each other. It's like, no, we're not doing that. Not on my watch, good sir.
I really
England,
hated John Redcorn.
the British Empire overall was a force for good everywhere they went. Overall, in aggregate. I mean, yeah, you guys did some fucked up shit too. We all did. But overall, I mean, hey, if it worked for you guys, we wouldn't have this amazing country that me and Leth get to live in now.
Yeah. Although, Jay,
And, you know,
one thing I gotta say,
we're really happy about that. I mean, because being born in America is literally winning the lottery.
Yep.
Compared to all the other places. I mean, look, I could have just as easily been born in South Congo. So, you know, I hit the lotto being born here, right? I mean, I could be sterile because I'd been spending my whole life digging up lithium with my bare hands or some shit. Or got killed, maybe, you know, because
China or North Korea.
basically anywhere in Western Europe. I wouldn't mind
James,
if I'd been.
I gotta say,
if I'd been born in, like, you know, St. Petersburg or something, I'd been all right. You gotta go?
no, I was gonna say we should invade Britain and then teach them to be proud of their history again.
Dude,
Turn them into an American colony.
there have been British people that have been making like YouTube videos saying that they really wish America would intercede on their behalf.
Exactly.
The people against their own government. Like that Scottish girl that was being like messed around with by those adult, probably Pakistanis.
We could be literally heralded as heroes if we just came in, turned them into an American colony for a bit, teach them how to properly run their government, and then let them be on their way.
Well, all we would have to do is just roll in and be like, look, here's a constitution, follow it. Not that we do necessarily a great job of it ourselves, but if we just rolled in and said, look, stop harassing your own people. Hey, maybe Trump should send like some ICE agents to England, right? Start rounding all those Pakistani guys that keep washing up on the shore up and shipping their asses back to Pakistan. The most inbred country in the world, by the way.
I think we either need to make them into a puppet state or a colony, so we could just do that. Take ICE agents, move all those illegals out, and then just work on.
I don't think we could ever like make England like a puppet state because it's England, and Americans love England too much. You know what I mean?
It would be a somewhat puppet state. It's not like
and I'm not even British. That's the thing. Genetically, I am not British. I am German, Scandinavian, and Slavic. So I'm like basically the Baltic region there. There's no English blood flowing in these veins, but I still love England because you guys founded us. There would be no us without you. Our Constitution wouldn't exist had it not been for British common law. which we still take seriously. But for some reason, your country has decided, F it, we'll just do whatever we want, right? And it's like, yeah, so it's like, no, I'd never want to conquer England. England is like,
I don't want to truly conquer it. I don't want to keep it. I'm just saying we might need to
Look,
work out a way to, keep them
if
from
there
going
was
back
some
on
kind of
us.
push, some kind of beer hall rebellion, some kind of whatever, right? And then like the group that took over were to say, America, please send troops here to help us get organized and shit, I would be 100% for it.
Yeah, that's
Send in the troops, help the
I think it's
local
so.
British population get their shit in order, figure out how they're going to do their thing, and then leave. And be like, okay, man, hopefully this shit works out for you, man.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy too, because it's like we are lucky. America is so lucky because we only get invaded by Mexicans. And your average Mexican invader don't want no problems. I mean, we don't want them here, obviously. They're illegals. Get the hell out, right?
There's a
But
few
they're
that
not
want
running
problems.
they're not running like grooming gangs and shit. Maybe
Yeah,
a
they
few
got
of them here and
cartels.
there. Yeah, cartels, that's a different situation, all right? But Britain, the people they're letting in, like the Pakistanis and shit, they are so culturally different that it's like it's never going to work, right?
Oh.
Unless everyone in England converts to Islam, which is the goal.
That's what
I mean, at least our Mexicans are Catholic. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, well, we're doing our thing, and maybe we'll say if it comes to that, we'll do our best to help you guys out too. It's a damn shame, really.
Damn shame, yeah.
It's a damn shame. Like Rule Britannia, one of my favorite songs. Everyone hated that Enoch chap, right? And it turns out that all the shit that dude said, he was right. He wasn't wrong. I mean, at the time, they all called him an evil racist, but, fast forward, some years, and all of a sudden you're like, he was right, about all this unfettered immigration and shit. What's really funny is if you watch some of the guys online talking about England, and they'll show a picture of London in like 1960, and it's absolutely beautiful. And the people walking around are beautiful, and just everything is beautiful. And then you see a picture of like London in 2025, and it's like, what the happened here?
Okay.
Okay,
about this whole thing of us having to save them. James, if we do, and I enlist and serve, is there a small chance that I could get a small bit of land for my familial home and a vacation home?
You can't ask me that. I'm not any part British. But yes, my friend Leth here quickly is a Pilkington. So that's about as English as you get, right? Pilkington.
Our family came from Lancashire.
He wants to go back to England so he can hang out with Carl. Yeah. And maybe go on a few trips if Ricky and Steven send him somewhere. You'd be an idiot abroad, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Left? I mean, I would too. I mean, if a group of guys were just going to film me going to crazy places, doing crazy shit, I'd be like, yeah, let's do this. You know what I mean? But
look, I just want to reconquer a little bit of my familial home. Isn't that
too many people in Britain have been trained to hate themselves. And that's what you're dealing with. And they try that in America, but the problem with America is there's too many places like Eastern Kentucky where when they come in there and they start talking like that gender studies bullshit, we're all like, get out of here. Like, nobody wants to hear that shit. And by the way, what are you doing on my property? I would suggest you leave very quick because that's the Kentucky way right there. Like if somebody's on your property and you're going to be like, Who are you? Who sent you? Why are you here? And somebody better have a good excuse or they might be in trouble. You know, I mean, it still gets wild like that, at least in my part of Kentucky. Left lives in the more civilized part of Kentucky. I live in the Bell Witch living on a mountain, Satanist, and cannibals part of Kentucky. Well, allegedly. Hairy men, Bigfoot.
No, quickly. I'm from Lancashire. We gotta have Lancashire back.
You're yeah. Well, I mean, well, I don't know about being in Cornwall because I don't know anything about it, but I hear they make amazing pies.
Nice.
Yeah, they're like a meat pie, a Cornish pasty or something they call it. It's like a pastry that they put like a meat and maybe potatoes, some veg, whatever in, and then they like crimp it together and bake it. And it comes out all flaky, almost like a Jamaican meat pie, but different. The only thing the English do that I don't care for is they put nutmeg in things that do not need nutmeg. Because I say this because my mother wanted to make an authentic 100% from an English recipe shepherd's pie because I love shepherd's pie. Absolutely love it, right? And I took a bite out of it and I was like, what is that? And she's like, it's a British shepherd's pie. And I'm like, what is that taste? And eventually we figured, yeah, it is nutmeg. Why? I don't know. It's like a hundreds of years old recipe. Had a freaking ton of nutmeg in it. And it's like, why would you put nutmeg in a beef dish? That just seems so wild. But the British were just like, nah, we're going to do this. You know? Sort out a nice Cornish retreat. Quickly, you are a gentleman and possibly a scholar, sir. If Leth and I ever for some reason get drafted into our military and told to go over there and do some stuff for you guys, I hope that I'll see you there. And see, you would be easier than America because England is so small. It shouldn't be that hard to round up all of the illegals and get rid of them. I mean, you know, right? Because like Florida's gone all in on getting rid of illegals and they're doing it, you know. So since England all the way up to Scotland's about the same size as Florida, I mean, it wouldn't be hard. It wouldn't be hard at all. Also, since most of your guys don't carry guns and like all of us do, it would be extra easy. Because if they come out with a machete trying to be like away, I mean, they catch some pew-pew and that'd be the end of that shit. That machete will not save your freaking butt, you know? Is that your...
There's my family crest.
You have a cool family crest.
Oh, thanks.
Like, I don't really have a family crest. I kind of do, but it's not really mine. Apparently, Russian peasants weren't given family crests, and I guess the Vikings didn't really care about it either.
The Pilkingtons were actually minor English nobility. Up until the War of Roses.
And I'm just saying, we were, you know how people like to say, oh, I'm related to, I don't think anyone in my family was related to anyone important. I think we were all mostly outlaws and bandits. And when we come to America in the 1730s and 40s, as soon as the British let my people off the freaking boat in Williamsburg, we were like, we were like over mountains and far away, baby.
To be fair, James, far back enough, who knows? You probably have some important person's blood in you.
I guess we could say Noah. I mean, everybody always says Adam, right? But everyone died but Noah and his family. So I guess Adam through Noah, right? maybe. I don't
But
know.
I mean, heck, I mean,
That's
it's like how the
whatever, but-
how like most Mongols are probably related to like Genghis Khan or something.
Well, 10%, I think it's 10% of modern day Asians have DNA from Genghis Khan in them. So that dude, I don't know how he conquered anything, because he must have just been rutting around like a crazy freaking dog. You know what I mean?
We know he was.
I mean, that dude.
He got around everywhere.
Yeah, he was everywhere. So, I mean, he conquered China. He tried to conquer Vietnam, but like when anybody invades Vietnam, that shit didn't work out. Yep, England is always on our side and always has been.
Well, except for one.
As a matter of fact, usually the British end up being in first, and then we come in later. It's like we're usually late to the party.
Technically, it's actually we're on their side. Technically, James, it's usually we're on their side than them on our side.
Yeah, it's like World War I. Poor J.R.R. Tolkien's going through the Somme. We're sitting there. Then we show up, and by the time we show up, the Germans are just like,
it's over with. We got to surrender.
Freaking, you know, because it's like so many Germans died at Verdun. Even though they won the battle, they lost so many men that is like, and then we drop 1 million guys on
1 million fresh troops. Like, yeah. Everybody else is war weary, and then here comes the Americans refreshed and ready for a fight.
And then World War II, the British were in that shit for
a few
like
years before we joined in.
4 or 5 years before we jumped in. And we probably never would have jumped in had the Japanese kept their hands off our boats.
Oh, yeah. It's because of Japan that we even went to war with Germany.
That's the rule, though. You know the rule. America's got one rule, and you can look up a habitual line crosser, and he'll tell you about it. Never touch our
Here's
boats.
the fun part, James. You know how most people are like,
if you touch our boats, we are going
to
war. That's
how
just what it is.
People say that Yamamoto was actually afraid of the Americans and all that stuff. He was not, actually. He thought actually, he should have been. But he actually thought if he took out our boats, we'd be too afraid to actually join. Boy, was he wrong.
Which goes to show he doesn't understand the American thing. And we get it. I think mostly we get our crazy warrior attitude from the British that settled here and the Germans that came after. Because, I mean, there's tons of tales of like, you know, the thin red line fighting off like 1,000 Zulus, you know, outnumbered, you know, 10-1. And Americans are kind of the same way. It's like, we're kind of chill until you piss us off. And then all of a sudden it's like time to commit some war crimes. You know, it's like, so Yamamoto should have known.
Oh, yeah,
better
he should have looked into our history first. Because every time somebody touches our boats, that's usually what happens. We're like, yeah, no, you're done.
Hey, it's the Spanish with the Maine, which may have been an inside job, honestly. That might have been a false flag when the battleship Maine blew up out just off of Cuba.
It could have been. We probably will never know for
and we blamed the Spanish and immediately conquered Mexico, Cuba, all of the Caribbean.
Here's the thing, James. What if instead of it being
started running?
What if it wasn't a false flag but an accident and nobody knew?
It could have been just a pure accident because that ship, those were like steam-powered ships with the giant boilers. And if you don't got someone on there to release pressure right and keep an eye on that shit, they will blow up. I mean, 100%.
Everybody thinks it's an inside job.
Ships,
like, actually, it was just an accident. We just blamed it on the Spanish, and that's what happened.
The next thing you know, Teddy Roosevelt's running up San Juan Hill, killing people with a freaking saber. And then the Spanish cut us a deal. Hey, if you let Cuba be free, we'll give you the Philippines and Puerto Rico and a bunch of islands in the Pacific. And
my favorite,
not a fair trade. Not a fair
what my favorite war was?
Should have kept Cuba
from American history. It's got to be the Pig War.
Oh yeah, America versus Britain
like
because somebody killed someone's
Yes.
pig up in Canada on it.
technically
You know,
not a
they
real
still
war,
for
but
the longest time
it's so funny.
for the longest time they still couldn't decide who owned
I
which
know
island.
they couldn't figure that.
They had to sit down and like draw a line and be like, this is Canada, this is America. You guys stop being jerks. But yeah, because somebody's pig got loose and ate someone else's
Yeah,
potatoes.
and then the guy killed the pig, and then
And so the guy who had the potatoes killed the pig, which somehow was like, okay, what the F? Let's go to war then. Like there was British ships there, and there was like the Continental Army facing each other off, just
yeah,
daring.
there was
And meanwhile, neither country really wanted war, but it takes a month for news to get.
there was somebody who wanted a war. It was one of our admirals who was not the best.
Yeah, one of our admirals wanted a war because there were, for the longest time, up until like 2 days ago, maybe, there have always been American military officers that wanted to just take over Canada.
Yeah.
I mean, we've invaded Canada at least twice. Never really worked out. One time they ignored us and we got bored and went home. And the other time it got really cold and we were like, no, F this. And we went home, you know, but it's like, and Canada has been a base for, you know, the redcoats to burn our shit to the ground too. But there's always been people in America that stare up north there and wonder to themselves, why is that an independent country? You know what I mean? Like, you know, because it's like, why are, and the problem with Canadians, as much as I love my Canadian friends on here, their only claim to fame is that they're not Americans. That is literally when you ask a Canadian, you know, about being a Canadian, they'll be like, yeah, we're not Americans.
Well, to be fair, they also have,
and it's like,
to be fair, they also have Nickelback.
I love Nickelback. I do. People talk shit about Nickelback, and I'm all like, get bent. I love Nickelback. I like Tom Jones. You know, what's new, pussycat? Whoa, except he was Welsh. But anyway, you know, oh yeah, forever. I think America probably has 15 different military plans to just take Canada.
We have plans to take over.
And then, like, I'll talk to Bear, and I can't yell at Bear because, you know, he's my friend, and I'm not going to be like, yeah, you're full of shit, Bear. When he's like, oh man, if you guys invaded, you wouldn't know what to do because Canadians would hide in Saskatchewan and in the rough. And I'm just sitting here like, you know, we conquered like all of Alaska. Like we bought it from Russia, but then we actually went up there. And, you know, we have army units that do nothing but train in the Arctic. So I'm sorry, my Canadian brothers, you cannot hide in the cold. We're coming.
You don't have to fight
yeah.
us for over bacon sandwiches. We'll help you make some more.
That is reasonable. And if you ever come to America, you will find that every single one of our states has a different like recipe involving bacon that's different from like the others. Like some states will wrap bacon around jalapeno peppers stuffed with cream cheese. And other states will cut bacon up and cook it with beans. And then you've got your classic baconless tomato sandwich, club sandwich, which is ham, turkey, and bacon on pizza. Anyway, I know I probably sound like the black guy from Forrest Gump.
Bacon burger.
You know, shrimp and grits. You know, shrimp this, shrimp. I mean, that's how America is, man. It's like every state. First off, in America, every state has a food that state is
bacon
known
wrapped
for.
shrimp.
And if you go to some other states and you mention that food, they won't even know what the hell you're talking about. Like if I would go to New York and I say, hey, you ever heard of bagoo? They'll look at me like I'm crazy. Like bagoo? What in the hell is a bagoo? Isn't that the demon from Insidious? No, it's a thing they used to do in Eastern Kentucky where everyone brought whatever they had to the church meeting, and they all threw it in a giant ass pot, and they boiled it, and then everyone got a jar of it to take home with them. And it was called bagut. It's an older Eastern Mountain Kentucky thing, but it's a thing that they did. And you didn't ask questions about the meat. Just chuck her in there. Could be possum, might be venison. Could be a hog that somebody saw road killed one day and decided to pick up. Whatever. Some potatoes, some carrots, whatever, right? And then if you go more towards Lett's part of the state, you got the hot brown sandwich.
Yeah.
Which is an open face turkey and cheese sandwich with brown gravy.
That's weird.
And
I'm not a fan of it.
Bacon. And maybe bacon.
I think so, maybe.
Yeah, and that's a Kentucky thing. But then if you go to Ohio, you're going to eat chili served over spaghetti noodles. What means Byzantine dialogue? I have no idea. Tacos, Rome, Mamia. I don't even. Yeah, that's a wild name, bro. I think you're confused. I don't think there's any tacos in Rome.
My grandma, she puts bacon in the.
Consider me French, I give up, right?
No, my grandma, she actually.
And it's like everywhere you go, it's totally different. We've got like 5 kinds of barbecue.
James, my grandma, she puts bacon in her green beans. Makes it really good.
Oh yeah, of course. Country style green beans got bacon in it. Everybody knows that. And it's like we've got like 4 or 5 kinds of barbecue in America. And whichever barbecue team you're on, you completely hate the other 4 teams and think they're wrong, right? Like where I'm from, it's dry rub barbecue. So you take all your seasoning and you take your brisket or pork shoulder or whatever, and you rub it down really good, and then you cook it really slow. And that's how you eat it. Maybe with some vinegar dipping sauce, right? But then like in Missouri, they have that thick red sauce. Texas does a sauce. I mean, it's like, that's just the way we are. We get crazy about shit.
My dad really likes Sweet Baby Ray's.
Consider me French, I give up. Yeah, poor Macron. Boy, did Macron get snubbed the other day. It's like Macron thought he was going to be something. And it was like, yeah, no one gives a shit what you say, Macron. Like Viktor Orban from Poland told Macron to basically suck a fat baby dick. He's just like, I don't even know who you think you are. You're French. Shut the F up, and it's like.
Nobody cares, Frenchie.
Nobody cares, Frenchie. You've never won a war since Napoleon has died. And you may, in fact, be married to your dad, who is in drag.
That's technically not true. It's funny, but it's not true.
Yeah, see, I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was found out that it wasn't true at all. They gave pretty good proof that it wasn't.
Well, that makes me happy because otherwise I'd been like, damn, that's some sick ass shit, even for Frenchies.
Yeah, apparently Candace Owens was going crazy, and she's gonna make things worse for her in the upcoming lawsuit.
You know what's funny, Chris? I don't know if you've ever been on the channel when my brother's on the channel, but sometimes he'll sign off and he'll be like, "Hey, bro, I love you," and as they say in Paris, "Assalamu alaikum." And I always get a big kick out, and I'm always like, "Alaikum assalam," But I always get a huge kick out of that because it's true, It's like, I know people want to hide it, but we all know that Notre Dame did not catch on fire just randomly for no reason. Yeah, that shit caught on fire, but it wasn't an accident. But no one wants to admit that, yes, some people did it because, then we might have to actually face issues that we currently lack the intestinal fortitude to face. And that is unfortunate. But yeah, we got a state or practically a state like that in America, Minnesota. We imported like 1 million Somalis into
yeah.
Minneapolis. You know what I mean? And because we do voting here, well, if you import 1 million people into a place and all 1 million of them decide they're only going to vote for someone that looks like them, guess what? You get Ilhan Omar, who I think it is true she married her brother, right?
Yeah, she married her brother. It is a known fraud now, but she's still somehow allowed
Yeah,
to be
she
a senator.
lied on her thing to be let into the country.
Yep.
I don't even understand why America let a single Somali in. I mean, after Black Hawk Down, I would have carpet bombed that whole country out of existence. But we imported 1 million of them into frickin' Minneapolis. And before that, after the Iraq War, we imported like 1 million of them into Dearborn, Michigan. And now if you're sitting in a deli in Dearborn eating some hummus, like you can hear the call to prayer over the giant speakers. And this is Michigan, right outside of Detroit. And but boy, didn't they piss off the LGBT crowd. Because like the super progressive LGBT friendly guys, they're all like, we love the Muslims. As soon as the Muslims took control of the city council of Dearborn, they made it against the law to hang rainbow flags on any city property. And then all the gay people were like, they betrayed us. And it's like, have you, the Quran, you can buy it. Read it. I mean, it's kind of like Mein Kampf, when people are like, I didn't know the Germans
James
were going to
Rusky
do
a
that.
lot. I don't even read it.
True. But it's like, people are like, I didn't know the Germans were going to do what they did. And it's like, they told you they were. There's a book called Mein Kampf. They went into detail about exactly what the hell they were going to do. And no one wanted to believe it, but they proved us all wrong, didn't they? And the Quran is the same way. It tells you the plan, which is world domination, Sharia law, and everyone who is not Islamic being placed under the jizya.
Yep, you either pay a horrible tax, die, or convert.
Yep. So sometimes I like to watch. Apparently, there's a place in London where people just get together to argue. And I watch that sometimes. And there was a Muslim there. He might have been an imam. I don't know. And he was raising hell with an African Christian about, as an African, why does he worship a white man, meaning Jesus, right? And it was so crazy because in my mind, I'm like, dear idiot Arab, Muhammad had red hair.
And white skin. Sure, white.
And white skin. And traded 4 black men for 1 white man because he said that was
2 black men for 1 white
what
man.
they were worth. Yeah, 4 for 1. Was a slave owner, slave taker, all the worst things. Jesus, and the black Christian now, he says Jesus was Jewish. They're not white. And it's like, I hate to say this to you, but Abraham migrated from northern Anatolia, which is very close to Ukraine. So yeah, he's white. Abraham was white. His children were white. Yeah, they might have mixed in a little bit with people here and there, but they're Europeans or Indo-European, let's say. So both of them were wrong. The Muslim was wrong because apparently he doesn't know that Muhammad was white and that Arabs are all Indo-Europeans. And the black guy was wrong because he didn't know that Jesus was a Levantine Jew and in the modern day would be more like a Greek than anything else. You know, it's like, I mean, if they're not white, what are they? They're not black. They're not Asian. So what are they? I mean, there's only 3 ethnicities, like real ethnicity groups, ethno groups in the world, right? Yeah, that is the problem. And it's happening in every European country. Every European country. They come over, they get on the dole, they get on the system, so you're paying for them to live, and they have 8 kids. And then they make up some reason why they can't go to work. And so your ass is at work somewhere working for whatever you're working for, and their ass is sitting at home with their 8 kids making a 9. And nobody wants to say or do anything about it, right? Again, America's lucky because at least some of our migrants that come over here actually go to work. You know? Yeah, Abraham was absolutely white. Northern Anatolia, that's practically Russia. I mean, not that it matters if the dude had come from deepest, darkest freaking, you know, wherever, I would still be like, yeah, I believe what I believe.
I think
You
if
know,
you're worrying
I mean,
about
I have
Jesus's
black saints.
skin color than his message, I think you're missing the point.
Yeah. But you know, some of the like black nationalists, they like to pick Jesus as like a muscled up black dude with dreadlocks. And it's like
Cultural appropriation.
you know,
They're taking the Nordic hairstyle.
yeah, some Jesuses though, they're blonde with blue eyes and pale skin. And it's like, nah, that's probably not who you're looking for either. But yeah, Abraham was a mercenary from northern Anatolia, which is now Turkey. And after he burned his grandfather's idol making shop to the ground, he decided to move around and ended up eventually in Canaan, you know. And then they, you know, ran back and forth between Egypt and Israel because so basically they were both wrong, even though I would side with the African guy because at least he believes in Jesus. And it was obvious the Muslim was trying to play some kind of race angle. And the Muslim was actually really pale too. I mean, he was sitting there in his whole Saudi Arabian looking get up.
Well, he's like,
his skin was as pink as mine. And I'm sitting here saying, you don't think you're white, but look at you. You got hazel eyes and pink ass skin. You burn in the sun. Get out of here. You know, what are you thinking? And you're going to harass some African guy. But yeah. But it is neat that you guys just have like a place in the town where people can go and yell at each other. That's kind of a good idea, really, you know? Like it's like a park. I forget what it's called. It's in London. And basically the whole point of this park is you can go there to debate other people about whatever, which it tends to be religion because that's what the Muslims want.
Are you still sure it still is like that, or have they started banning?
Yeah, this video was like the other day. Well, yeah, right now I don't know because, like I said right off the bat when Chris dropped in, his people is wild now, and I'm on their side. And one of my other viewers, Andre, who lives in Africa, he lives in Russia near St. Petersburg. And he logged on, and the first thing he said is, so, James, are you ready to head back to England to free the motherland? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not English. But apparently, because he's from Russia, he just assumes we're all English. And I'm like, I'm not English,
almost a fair
but
assumption.
if I had to, I would. Huh?
Almost a fair assumption.
Yeah. I mean, but I did tell him that if I had to, I would, though. I mean, if it gets that bad that someone needs to roll in and free England from the mistakes that they've, you know what it is? I forget who said what it is, but it's this. America's got it. Everywhere in the West has it. I don't know where it come from. It's a disease, but we all have it. And it's called suicidal empathy.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when you have so much empathy for other people that you do stuff for them that will inadvertently lead to you dying.
Nux Taku talks
You
about that a
know?
lot. Nux
Who does?
Taku.
Oh yeah, Nuxnor. Yeah, I like Nuxnor.
Yep.
That's probably where I heard
Probably.
it. And it's usually in America, liberal white women with money. Because like a poor white woman or a poor black woman, she's too worried about feeding kids and shit. She ain't got time to get involved in like the race hustle and shit like that. But if they've got a rich husband that lets them just do whatever they want, sure as shit, they'll be down on the corner screaming about let the freaking, illegals go and let's import more people from where the hell
I know how to
ever.
fix this with these liberal white women. They'll soon be in favor of a wall and, easily muttering it if we just mutter those zodiac signs.
Yeah, right.
Are you an Aries?
But
We can't let those in.
In America, that's who does it. I don't know who's doing it in England, Lee, but in America, it's our liberal white women. Like that crazy bitch that lost $700 million effing around with Cracker Barrel, only to have to completely recant and not do any of the crazy shit she wanted
Actually,
to do.
James, I heard more about that. More likely, she actually just wanted to get publicity. So technically, on paper, yeah, they lost a lot of money, but in all reality, they got a lot in advertisement without much.
0.7 of a billy because some liberal chick and her
On
7
paper,
female friends.
that's on paper because those are stock losses.
Okay, you can debate that. I'm not going to argue it, but I am going to say
And all that they did was remodel a few probably worthless Cracker Barrels that were already doing poorly, just so people would go in and retry it.
Left. You're giving this woman way too much credit.
Maybe.
She has a communications degree from an incredibly liberal college. No. This was not some 4-dimensional chess bullshit, Leth. I'm sorry. This was a crazy liberal bitch who decided she was going to destroy Cracker Barrel and tried, and it didn't work. So just like the crazy bitch that destroyed Bud Light for like a year, right? Never heard. Yeah, there's a guy that like he's American and Canadian, like he has dual citizenship or something, and he's like one of those what do they call them, Leth? When they do YouTube videos, but they always use like an anime
VTuber?
character.
VTuber, yeah, you're talking about Nux Taku.
Yeah, he's a VTuber, and he's the guy I heard about suicidal empathy because he says, yeah, we would all like to help all of these people. But importing them into your country is not helping you. And eventually, like you're saying in England, when they start outproducing you 8-1, at that point, it's a matter of time, brother. All they got to do is wait a couple generations. You won't even exist. If you do, you'll be like a rarity. And by that time, all of the English women will be married to one of them anyway, because it'll be all them. And England will cease to exist at that point, which should make the Irish happy, but everyone else will be pretty upset. The Irish are doing the same thing. I have an Irish friend that gets on here with me sometimes, and I'm always like, dude, you fought England for hundreds of years to be free, and then you elected a Pakistani guy to be your president? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, make it make sense. It was like, if you were so worried about Ireland for the Irish, then why did you turn over the house keys as soon as you
gained that freedom?
Got the republic? It's like, how does that make sense? I'll tell you, it's weird too. America, when you watch our commercials, there's always lots of minorities in our commercials.
Yep.
When I go home, I can be there for a month and never see somebody who ain't white.
Yeah.
And that's even if I go to town and go out to dinner and shit like that. I don't know if there's even any black people that live in the county I live in.
Do know that there
Because
is.
all the white meth heads probably already ran them off. I know we do have an issue with white bikers that go up there to either sell or burn meth so that they can take it other places. That's a thing that happens in Eastern Kentucky. Like a biker club will buy a trailer way out in the middle of nowhere, and they'll just cook a shit ton of meth. And then, like when you see bikers that got like that 1% logo, it's a little diamond that says 1%. That's, if you know biker shit, that's letting you know these guys are criminals. They're the 1% of their club. They are criminals. They don't have a job. They are the ones that are transporting meth from one place to the other and killing people and all that shit. That's what they do. And the best thing to do is just don't go near them. You know, just don't go near them. Scots will like it too. Yeah, but they'll be right there with you, though. Didn't the Scottish recently elect like somebody from the subcontinent, an Indian or a Pakistani, to be in charge of their shit? And like the first thing the dude did is start passing all these anti-white laws and shit. And it's like, you know what it is? And I'm going to say this, and a lot of people will think it's maybe a little racist, but every other ethno group on the planet is playing as a team except for one. Because white people, we don't gang up and look after other white people. We just do our own shit, right? Every other ethno group, they're looking out for each other. Like if one of them gets into a position of power, they make sure they drag more of their people up with them, right? We don't do that. And I don't know why, but we don't. Maybe because we're not as racist as they are. But at the end of the day, you know, that's just kind of the way it is. You know,
If anything, James,
you'll see it at companies.
instead of just making it an ethnic thing, I want to bring everybody back under the cross.
Well, obviously, yes. But you do see where it happens, where
I know
like
what you're talking about.
a company will hire like a black lady to be like the HR director, and like a year later, she'll be the CEO of the company, and everyone they'd hired for that last year will be black. And it's like, if you don't think they're doing it on purpose, well, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. They're doing it on purpose. But see, we don't. Like the city I work for, they fired the HR director that actually I had to talk to when I got hired, because he was literally putting job ads in a Spanish-only newspaper like a week before those jobs were being posted online. And, you know, when the city found out what he was doing, they fired him because that shit's not legal. But he was doing it. And it's just like, scumbag. You're a scumbag. I mean, if a Puerto Rican person has the skills required to do the job, then they're going to get the job. You don't have to cheat, you know? And that's what he's doing. He's cheating. You know? Like the newspaper that he was putting it in, it only sold copies in like one part of Florida and Puerto Rico. So it was like, but like I said, he got fired. So, well, it's been about 2 hours. We've been sitting here bullshitting. Yeah. Might be time for me to like do something. I don't know. That was good beer though. So original premium lager, Bavarian style.
Soon enough, I'll be probably getting myself some, probably either whiskey or some rum.
Well, I wanted to try this because it's from the world's oldest brewery.
Fair.
So, and we were at the German place, and they had all the German
Or I
stuff.
could get some vodka and make some really good hard lemonade.
You know, don't sleep on rum and or gin and tonic. I mean, on a hot day, man, I love a good gin and tonic with plenty of lime in there. Oh my God. You come in when it's really hot, sit down. I usually make mine in like a quart jar, you know, and I use Bombay Sapphire usually. And you just fill that thing full of ice and then like 2 or 3 shots of gin, and then, you know, tonic water and half of the lime squirt in there, give it a stir. I mean, that's the potion, man. You'll feel it like your endurance will be like right back. You'll be like, all right, I feel good now, you know? Nice cold gin and tonic like that. Yeah. Otherwise, you know me, you've been around long enough. It's straight vodka. I generally don't drink any brown liquor at all because it makes me angry and freaking, you know. But I remember a long time ago, I was on, yeah, take care, bro. I was on Legion of Myth, and I did like 12 double shots of vodka during the show because I have a Russian vodka glass that my dad gave me that come down through the family. Like it's got a stem because you want your vodka to be ice cold. And if you touch it, then you'll warm it up. So you grab the stem, right? And it's 2 shots to fill that thing. So I did 24 shots of vodka. And I was buzzed, but I wasn't drunk. Vodka just don't affect me.
It probably got me drunk. I don't drink much anyway.
Glad to have you back quickly, even though we both hope you had nothing but the best of times in Italy. I hope you got to ride around on a Vespa, meet a beautiful Italian woman, give her a rose, eat pizza, drink some nice wine and espresso. I mean, I hope your trip was everything you hoped it would be. I really do. Also, Italy's leader is kind of hot. You seen her, that little blonde?
Nope, I haven't.
The Italian prime minister is kind of a attractive little
Cool,
blonde
but
girl. Well, she ain't a girl. She's like older than I am or my age, but she's I was actually wondering, like, what would happen if an American president married like the king or queen of another country? How would that work? Me neither. We'll have to talk about it next time we get together.
I'll
bro.
see you.
See you, homie. Have fun. And Chris, thank you for dropping in, and I'm glad you're back too.